Welcome to Married with Gaming. I'm Jen. He's Mike. Let's roll some dice. Welcome back to Married with Gaming. I'm Jen, and welcome to Jen's Boardroom. Happy 4th of July or Independence Day, everyone. I know we're having a quiet one here, but we did manage to sneak in some gaming on our holiday weekend so far, so hopefully we'll slide in a little more. Today in Jen's Boardroom, I want to go over the game that I just recently acquired. It's called The Quest for El Dorado. This, I got it off of Amazon, and part of the reason I got it is the Ravensburger. I do jigsaw puzzles, and Ravensburger very good quality stuff. So this came in a box. It comes in English and French, and it is for ages 10 plus. 2 to 4 players and 45 to 60 minutes. I think last night it took us about an hour for a 2-player game. So we have 2 full color, large size rule books, one in French and one in English. So this one on top is the English one. I will say the rules were really, really easy to follow. It was able to pick it up and learn it very, very quickly without really much thought to it. It kind of gives you like a starter scenario that you can play. And I'll kind of go over some of the components here. Comes with these little explorer meeples, 2 in each of 4 colors. So for a 2-player game, each person plays 2 of the little meeples, the same color. And on a 3 or 4 player game, of course, everyone gets 1. And the whole premise of this game is you're racing to El Dorado, the city of gold. And the first one there at the end of a round is the winner. So just like the game books, you get 2 sets of the cards, one set in French and another set in English. So there are several cards, and this set actually came with a little mini expansion, the Caves expansion also, which is included in the back of the rules, but we did not play the Caves expansion, so I can't really say anything about it. It came with all these little bags, enough bags for all of the components, so I didn't have to go hunt for my own bags or anything. It came with all of these ready to go. You did have to punch pieces out. I think it's pretty cute. Little hat is your first player marker. This just helps you keep track of when a round is over, which is important at the end of the game. It really is sort of a combination of deck building and strategy game. You have these large tiles this is the starting tile, and it's numbered here so you can see where to put your player markers, and then you connect them together with a series of little connectors as well, that the first person to cross from one tile into the other tile has to pay the cost on that connector, but then they get to keep that connector, which can add you points at the end or be a tiebreaker. So these are all double-sided, and there's several of them, and they're lettered. So this is tile A, and if you flip it over, there's a B in that middle hex. I don't know if you can see it, yeah. So these are all lettered, so you know kind of which tile is which. It also has a couple of smaller tiles, and then you have your end goal tile, which is the entrance to El Dorado, which can either be forest or water entrance there. And then this is the Caves expansion for the game, which lets you expand upon the play scenarios for each one. And then you also have the marketplace, and this is set up so you can have 6 decks, and then each player gets their own little turn reminder, and it just tells you what you do on your turn. And this again comes in both French and English. But here on your turn, you play cards, you move, you play cards from your hand one by one. You can only have 4 cards in your hand at the start of a game. There are ways to get more cards during your turn that you can use, but you can use as many or as few cards as you want on your turn. And you use that by using power symbols. So for example, if my meeple is here and I want to move to here, I would have to play a card or a combination of cards that have 2 sword symbols on them that allow me to cut through that forest and get through there. And then after you've made your movement, any movement that you're going to make, you can also use your cards to purchase things from the marketplace. So some of those are items that can help you, like they might, if you discard it, it might allow you to draw 3 more cards out of your deck. And some of those are other adventures that you can add to your deck, other personnel for your exploration team to help you get to El Dorado. You start with just 8 cards, but it's pretty straightforward. This card won't help you through water. It won't help you through forest, but it'll give you a coin. There are some spaces on the tiles that you need a coin to move into. Also, coins can be used at the marketplace. And if it doesn't have a coin on it, it's worth half a coin. So you can use all of your cards potentially to help you buy things. And I believe in the marketplace, there are things up to 6 coins. And that's all you do. You just move through the terrain, building your deck, buying things from the marketplace to help you through. Once someone gets to El Dorado, then the round completes. And at the end of the round, if no one else is on El Dorado or on that entrance gate, that person is the winner because they got to El Dorado. If there's more than one person, then there are some tiebreakers that can come into play, including how many of the little connector pieces you got as you moved from terrain tile to terrain tile. So it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but it has some really fun mechanics. And then with the caves expansion, you can change the terrain up a little bit. One thing that I really liked was in the back of the book. So they give you kind of an example of how to set the tiles for your starting scenario. So you know, it tells you get this tile, put them together. But they have some different setups. I'll put it over here. Some different setups of the different types of maps that you can make and some examples. So some items, when you purchase them, they have a single use, so you have to discard them in order to use them, and then that's gone from you. Some places, some spots on the terrain cards require you to discard cards, eliminate them from the game in order to move on to them. So as the book suggests, that's a good way to get rid of your lower, less useful cards and keep your cards in your deck, the most useful ones, so that every time you're drawing and shuffling and drawing, you're getting the better cards every time. So, and of course you can design your own. And then with the caves expansion, you put different caves throughout and make it a little more fun. It was a really fun game, really simple. I think it would be really easy for pretty much anybody to pick it up and learn it right away. There's not a big learning curve to it. So I think it was a great game for Mike and I to play, and I think it would be a great game for a family or a group to play. Super easy, really fun, and it seems very replayable. So I believe Mike was the winner last night when we played. So, but it was really fun. I was close to him. Anyway, that's Jen's boardroom for today, the 4th of July, 2006, America's 250th birthday. Go America. Hopefully all of you are enjoying family time and some gaming time. And we will be back soon with more videos. Until next time, keep gaming.